Well, hello everyone and welcome to Grace Life Announcements. I am now filming the announcements here in our facility because, yes, you guessed it, we will be gathering together in this building and worshiping together physically this Sunday, June 7th. We're extremely excited to do that. We actually already planned on meeting here and live streaming the service on YouTube, but the question was, how many people are going to be allowed? What are some of those restrictions going to be? And now we have those answers. And so we're actually allowed quite a good amount of people. We're allowed 50 up here in the sanctuary area. We're also allowed some more downstairs if we have overflow, and so that people can go gather down there in some smaller groups spread out, and they can kind of stream it on their device downstairs and still gets some of that face-to-face interaction. And so we should have no trouble getting a seat for everybody. Probably everyone will be able to be up here, but we even have that backup plan available. And so we are absolutely excited to be opening our doors and meeting together physically once again. So, that being said, let me just go ahead and apologize in advance for a longer announcement segment, much longer than we're usually doing, because there are a lot of kind of guidelines, and I want to make sure you know all that, have that information so you are well prepared for everything that's going to happen this Sunday. So, hang with me all the way to the end. It's going to be worth it. Number one, masks. We are asking that absolutely everyone wears a mask if they are able. Listen, I understand there are a wide variety of opinions on masks. Are they effective? All of this stuff. But listen, that's what our government authorities are asking us to do. This is not a cause to rebel. So let's do that. This is what us as elders are asking you to do. So the church authorities there as well. That's what we're asking. And then, we know that some people do believe in it, even if you don't, and they're much more comfortable if you would wear it. And so, surely we can lay down some of our rights and comforts for the sake of our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ for an hour as we worship together. That's a very low ask. So please be doing that. So please bring your own mask with you if you have one. Now, if you don't have a mask, or you're like me and you forget things and you pull up to church and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot it. Don't drive off. Don't panic. We do have some extras right here, and we are more than happy to share from that supply with you and make sure that you are ready to go. Everyone will be wearing one. The only time they'll come off is when someone goes up on the stage. They'll take theirs off, and when they come off the stage, they're going to put those right back on. And so we will all be doing that together. Number two, we are trying to keep everything in our facility disinfected and as clean as possible. So we're going to disinfect the entire church before the service. We're also going to disinfect it after everybody leaves. We ask that you help us do this and keeping everything clean by one. When you come in, there's going to be a touchless hand sanitizer station. Go and stick your hand under that and sanitize your hands on your way in. And please do so once again on your way out. Simple way to keep safe. Obviously, if you go to the bathroom, make sure you're also just washing your hands as thoroughly as you can. You should be doing that anyway, but if you've not been doing that, then that was a great time to hop on board. That very common and good practice. Also, we will have the nursery open only just so people can come in and change diapers for their children. I'll talk about what we're doing with the kids in just a minute. But if you go down and you use that area, you're welcome to do so. We're going to have some cleaning supplies there for you, though, so please, once you're done, make sure you clean everything so that it's ready to go for the next person. It's not going to be open for the toys and all of that, but so that you can just go ahead and change the diaper and get in and out. And so that's going to be the cleaning kind of process we're going to go through, and we'll have some sanitizer around. Please just go ahead and do that as often as you can, and it's a simple way to help keep us safe. Number three, we're going to be practicing as much social distancing as we possibly can. That means no hugging, no fist bumps, no high fives, no even elbow bumping, okay? We want everyone not touching one another other than the immediate family that you live with. We want you all to come together with the family that you live with, stay with that family, and stay 6 feet apart from everybody else. So obviously there won't be contact because we are going to be 6 feet apart from everybody else. And so please help us do that. That means sometimes we might have to wait in order to get in the bathroom. That's fine. Just go ahead and wait so that we can stay 6 feet apart. That means don't block the entrance areas, but make sure we just go ahead and get out of the way and find our seats so that we're not blocking those areas. We're not congregating in the lobby. We're going to be seated 6 feet apart as family units. That, if you don't know what that looks like in our facility, that's 4 chairs and a row in front and a row in back. So we will be able to stagger the seating in order to make that happen. And we'll have some people here. I'll be up front here helping people find seats, so you don't have to worry about that. But we're going to try to seat everybody 6 feet apart. except with your family unit, you'll stay together. That also means for those of us who have children, we are asking that you keep your child with you the entire time because we know if we let them go and we let them run around, they are not going to social distance at all. That's an extremely hard thing for a child to do. And so please keep them with you. Now, that does mean we are not going to be having nursery available, and that also means we are not going to be having children's church. Now, I know some parents hear that and they are filled with fear of that, and that's going to hold them back because they're worried about it. Let me just encourage you, though, to not let that dissuade you or to bother you. It is going to be okay. People have been having whole family services for hundreds of years, and it is very executable, and it's going to be fine for all ages. It really, I think sometimes we blow that fear up in our mind. And so we're going to do a number of things to help you, of course. And so our Deacon of Children's Ministry, Betty Whiting, has been preparing activities for the children, and she will have them put together actually in separate, I don't know if they're going in bags or baskets, but she'll have those there for each individual kid with their own box of crayons, their own activities prepared in advance so you know it's safe and clean and ready for them, and that we're not going to be passing and spreading stuff around. They're going to come in, they're going to pick that up, and they're going to put their name on it. That's theirs for the service, and they're actually going to return it at the end of the service. We'll disinfect it, we'll clean it, and we're going to reload it with new stuff for the next week. So they always can come in and have something that they are excited about, and that is theirs. And we are going to make sure we have some spares as well, so that if you're new to us at Grace Life, we'll have one of those for your kids, so that they can enjoy that. Personally, I recommend having your kids sing with you. It's a really easy way to engage kids. And then when it gets to the sermon time, go ahead and hand those activities out and let them engage with that. And that'll just be a fun way for them to catch up too, because what we're going to do is we're going to stack the activities from the lessons that we have missed over the last 10 weeks during the stay-at-home and safer-at-home orders here in Colorado. So they'll get to catch up on that too, and I think that's going to be really good. Now, that being said, also you are welcome to bring anything you need that will help your child. And so if you want to bring a screen and some headphones, bring a tablet or whatever, hey, that's fine. In fact, if you want, I can even point you in a direction of some age-appropriate videos that they can watch and be engaged in Bible study even while you're worshiping together. Of course, if they need to do something else, that's fine. You need to bring a toy or a snack for them, that's all fine. And those are all good ways to help you prepare to have some stuff for your child. And that's going to be a good thing, and no one's going to be worried about that. Again, people have done this for a lot of time. It's going to be okay. Now, I know some people are worried, but what if my baby cries? It's totally fine. Babies cry. I don't mind when a little baby cries. When big babies cry, sometimes it bothers me a little bit, but when little babies cry, it's fine. We all get that. Many of us are parents. We understand. What if my kid throws a fit in the middle of service and I just got to take him out? That's fine. Go ahead and take him out. Not a big deal. We all have kids. We all get it. It's not a problem. No one cares. No one's disturbed. No one's judging you for that. We understand everybody has good days and bad days, and it is totally worth it to have those incidents, because some of us are like, well, that's me making a sacrifice, right? That's not the worship experience I'm used to. Yeah, it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice you're making for your kids to let them see that we prioritize worship, and we're going to sit down and gather together as a family and worship the Lord with our church family. That means the world. Those are formative years for those kids. To see you doing that as a family and worshiping together is going to do a whole lot of good for them. It is worth the hassle and the headache, I assure you. And then I also encourage you to go ahead and prep your kid before you come. To have a conversation with them, say, hey, we're going to be worshiping, and it's going to be a little different this time. And to let them know that, we're going to stay together as a family, and it's going to be weird because we're going to see our friends, but we can't go run around and play with them. And we're going to have these activities, and we're going to be doing those. Now, at first, it's going to be hard to swallow, right? Like, I have two kids, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and particularly my 8-year-old had a harder time with that because he loves your kids. He loves playing with your kids, and he's looking forward to his friends. I told him, hey, when we start worshiping during this next season, times we're going to see our friends and won't always be there, but the times when we see them, we're going to be able to play with them right then. And at first he was upset about that, understandably. He's like, it's ridiculous. Is this even worth it? I said, well, but isn't it actually, in the end, going to be a little better to be able to at least see people and be with them and not be able to play and run around with them than it would be to not be able to see them at all? And he got that, and he agreed. So do yourself a favor and kind of prep your children a little bit in advance. I do think that'll help them. If you have any questions or suggestions, always happy to try to resource families to make that the best worship experience together as possible. And then number 3, we are going to be keeping everything as contactless as possible. So what that means is we're not going to be having any food or beverage served during the service. Normally we have snacks and coffee for everyone. We're not going to be able to do that. It's an easy way to spread germs. That being said, you're welcome to bring whatever you want. If you want to bring some food, you want to bring some coffee and sit down with it, that's great. We're a casual church. We're not worried about that. So bring whatever you need to help you and your family be comfortable, and that'll be totally fine. It means we're also not going to be passing around the offering basket. We're going to ask everyone to give online if they're able to. You can do that in the service with your phone. You can set up reoccurring giving if that's easier for you. Do what you need to do. If, however, you do give by check or cash, what we're going to do is we're going to have a box in the back, and you can just go ahead and drop that in there on your way out of the service rather than passing something out in the middle. We'll make sure that it's disinfected and that's clean, and then we'll go ahead and get that counted and processed. And so that's how the giving is going to look. Also means we're not going to be having communion for a little while until I can kind of figure out what's the safest way to be able to do that. We really value communion here at Grace Life. We love taking that together. We usually do that every week. We're not going to do that just for this temporary period until I can figure out here's the safest way for us to be able to do that together as a church. And so help us keep everything as contactless as possible. Try to touch as little as possible. Shouldn't be playing with nursery toys and doing all that other stuff. We should kind of come in as a unit and leave as a unit. And that's going to be helping us to be able to do that. And then finally, the last thing is we are, of course, going to be asking certain people to be staying at home. And so particularly those who are at risk, which is defined as 65 and older, or have an underlying medical condition that would make you more susceptible to the danger of the virus, we are asking you to stay home. I understand that is a difficult ask. I really do. I don't say that lightly. I know some of you who fall in that category have been longing to worship together physically more than anybody else, and my heart breaks for that as well. I want you to know that we are, though, committed to making sure that you're not just watching church, but be in the church. You can comment during the online services, and then also, if that's you, would love to have you just reach out. Would love to give you a phone call just to say hi. Would love to just drop by and visit you, and we can socially distance and just be a smaller crowd and just say hello and catch up, because we believe in authentic relationships, and church is community, and so we are committed to doing that. I know that's a hard ask, and it really hurts me to have to ask you to do that, but if you could just listen to what your church and family is asking you to do, because that's to keep you safe. We're asking that because we love you, not because we don't want you here. Quite the opposite. We want you here, but we love you too much to put you at that kind of risk. And then number two, that's just also a great way to love your family well, love your church family well, is to not take that risk of us having to grieve you getting that and wondering, was that us? And that's going to help everyone feel more comfortable and happy they were able to help keep you safe. That's a way for you to serve us, actually. And so those are the reasons that if you fall in those categories, we are asking you to stay home and worship online. We are going to be streaming the service on YouTube. So hop on YouTube. You can search Grace Life Pueblo, and you'll be able to find it. Sunday, 10 a.m. It is going to go live, and you'll be seeing everything that's happened in the facility. We're committed to doing our absolute best to give you a wonderful online worship experience to help with that. And even if you don't fall in that category, you're also welcome to use that. If you're just saying, hey, I'm not quite ready to come back or take that risk with my family, or for any reason, totally fine. We have technology. That's a gift. So we're providing that for you. So please use that. And then also please reach out to us to make sure that we're connecting with you. And even if you're just saying, man, I've never been to Grace Life, I just want to dip my toe in the water, see what a service is all about, that's a great way to do that too. We're happy to provide that for you. And then, of course, we're also asking if you have any symptoms to stay at home. So if you have chills, if you have a fever, sore throat, cough, you're just sick, please stay home and keep those germs to yourself. We would greatly appreciate that. Again, I know that's a sacrifice. You want to be here worshiping, but that's the way that we can best love our church family well. And so those are some of the basic guidelines that we are using to kind of protect ourselves and to keep you safe as well, and to be able to enjoy worshiping together, which we are extremely excited to do. I know it's going to seem a little odd at first, but it's going to be really good to be able to gather together again in any format. And we're blessed to have the online stuff that's going to help us to be able to do that through technology as well. So if you have any questions at all, any concerns, please give me a call, shoot me an email, send us a Facebook message. We are happy to discuss and answer anything you might have, or make any adjustments we can to help you feel safe and to be engaged in worship with us. Now, then the last thing, listen, just kind of a different note, but just a little bit more of a serious note here just for a moment. It turns out that hacking and scamming is also a very real deal, and so I don't know how this happened. but someone was able to actually steal my Microsoft Office suite. I don't know who did that, but what I want you to know is I will find you. You have my word. And that, of course, was actually just Matthew's joke of the week. Thank you for watching, everyone. Again, if you have any questions, let us know, and we look forward to worshiping together this Sunday at 10 a.m.